Before you go on maternity leave, there are 3 things I want you to do with your money. And no, I'm not talking about your registry and making sure your baby has the latest gadget. We spend all of this time setting things up for our baby when it comes to the baby shower or setting up the nursery. But I want you to think about something that a lot of new moms miss. What is your relationship with money going to be like after you have the baby? So if you're pregnant, planning for a baby, or even currently on postpartum leave, these are 3 things that you can go ahead and do to make sure you have the most wonderful experience while on maternity leave and not spend all of your time worrying about money. Hi, I'm Jasmine. If you're new here, I'm very happy that you have decided to watch this video. I help moms and wives in their finances. And in this video particularly, I'm going to be sharing things that I did so that I could have a great maternity leave. I had my second child the beginning of 2026, and I'm recording this 8 months later, so I've had a long time to enjoy being with my family, healing and resting, and I think all moms deserve this. So let's dive in. One thing motherhood taught me is that I had to have a different relationship with my money and my time. Before I had kids, I literally could structure my day differently. I could stay up all night, sleep in the next day if I wanted when it came to getting my work done. I could go out and travel, do all types of things for my income. But after the kids, especially when you're balancing feedings and them not being able to sleep on the same schedule that you were used to, you find that you are limited on time. For some women, maternity leave is temporary. Others might decide to go back into their careers full time, consider part-time, or not go back at all. And you might not even be sure of what you want to do, but my goal is to make sure that you have options so that your maternity leave can be financially secure for your mind, your body to heal. Something I've had to do over the years is be a realist. So the first thing that I would want you to do is calculate all of your expenses. You need to know exactly what is happening with your expenses and understand if there is a gap. So let's say you are not going to be working at all during your maternity leave, maybe for an extended period of time. You want to know if you would be able to cover your expenses and for how much time that is going to be. So I have a list of expenses you want to look at so that you can figure this out. So you want to think about how many weeks you will actually be out. Will you receive your full salary? Do you have short-term disability? And what about paid parental leave? So here are some of those monthly expenses. Consider your mortgage, your utilities. You also want to include things for your baby, especially if you're going back to work and your child may need childcare services. That is something to consider, as well as formula, diapers. List it all. Be honest, real, and transparent. Even if you notice that number is more than what will be coming in, being aware is the key so that you can be able to up your income. The second thing I did before having either one of my sons was build a cash cushion. You guys have no idea how helpful that is. Even though I am very blessed and fortunate to have lots of investments, I don't like to touch them. So having that cash cushion is what has been able to help me even further, because not only could my assets continue to grow and compound, I also was able to use some of my cash cushion to excel those investments and take care of myself while I've been on maternity leave for almost 10 months now. Now, everyone's situation is not the same. I would not recommend that you use your cash cushion to invest heavily, especially if that is all that you have to rely on for a certain amount of time. You want to think about this carefully so that you can distinguish the difference between your cushion or savings and investing. So investing is something you don't want to touch if you don't have to. Your savings, you can. So know the difference, save as much as you can before you have the baby, and try to live off of that for the length of time that you are going to be on maternity leave. What I'm going to tell you for number 3 is probably not something that you've heard people tell mothers, but I want you to expand your financial education. I have been able to see the benefit of this as I have become a mother, because to be honest with you, the expenses keep growing. The more children you have, the more money you are about to spend. And inflation is real. So I need you to know exactly what different investments are, how you can make more money beyond just having to clock in a certain numbers of hours each day. So as you are doing this, here are some things to consider. Maybe learning what the stock market is. What if you spent maybe 10 to 15 minutes a day considering those terms? Maybe you decide to open up a brokerage account. Maybe you learned what an EFT is, and you decided, hey, I want to invest in my first one. Go ahead, set up a fractional share, especially if you don't want to put a lot of money in on the front end. You could easily start with just $5 on some apps. You have many choices in this manner, but the more you know with your education, the better chance your money has to grow beyond your capacity to put in hours. So to push your education and finances a little bit further, I want you to consider building a watch list. So inside the app that I use, the link is in the description if you want to know where I hold one of my brokerage accounts. You can see that creating a watch list gives you the opportunity to research and understand different stocks as you are learning. You can build up a watch list to always come back if you want to invest, whether you want to put in a weekly fractional share or maybe a certain amount. This is going to allow you to test out the stock, see how it performs. You can also read the prospectus, which is basically the company's background and finances. All of that information is available to you on the app so that you can learn what is happening so that you can begin to grow your own money. Now, I really want you to dive deeper into this bigger question. What is your relationship with money going to be like once your child gets here? It very well might change. I know it did for me. And for so long, I beat myself up because I couldn't perform like I did before having children. My capacity changed. But once I realized there was an easier way to make money, and I started being smart with my money, and I found ways to compound it well beyond the hours that I could put in working like I had before. And I want this for other moms like yourself. So before your maternity leave begins, I want you to remember the 3 things we've covered. First, you want to protect today. Understanding your expenses versus your income. or even potential expenses with the baby coming. You want to be aware of those to figure out how to close the gap. Number 2, learn now. Take the time to understand how finances work, and that way you could be able to go into number 3, which is building assets. Figuring out what you want to invest in and utilizing that information to move forward in building a long-term wealth plan for yourself and your family. This is the perfect season to start thinking, how can I prepare for today while creating more options for my financial future tomorrow? So you might be thinking, okay, Jasmine, what can I do? How can I get started? I want to offer you 2 resources. The first one is my free stay-at-home mom passive income starter guide. This is an opportunity for you to learn all about stock market investing, where I show you a tutorial to make your first investment, and I name drop 2 of the stocks that I like to invest in as well. Now, outside of that, I also have my Her Exit Plan stock list that has helped my own clients build their passive income right alongside me. There, I share different EFTs and dividend stocks that are high performing so that your portfolio can grow while you're being an amazing mom and wife. Of course, I'm not telling you what to buy. I just want to give you some options so that you're not starting with a blank page. I will link all of that in the description box. Now, before you go, I want to know your biggest financial concerns that you have before you are taking maternity leave. Is it losing income? Are you stressed about the bills? Maybe you don't know what you want to do next. Go ahead, share it down below. I do respond to every single comment so that I can help you on your journey. If this was helpful for you, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I would also love it if you would share this video with another mom who might be getting ready to have her first child or even her 4th. There is always something to learn, and I want moms to feel confident in their finances no matter where they are in their journey of motherhood. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.